Hi, my name is Shanee.
Hi, I'm Nelum.
To me, cooking is love. It's the way I express love.
Cooking to me is very therapeutic. It helps me unwind and relax.
So my friends say that I have the best tiramisu in town, but you guys have to try it yourself and find out.
At the end of a long, hard working day, for me it's very relaxing and very rewarding to be able to prepare a beautiful dish and enjoy it with my family.
To me, again, like I say always, cooking is simply love. I'd like to take you on a journey to my homemade and share some recipes that I would like you to try out in your own home.
Join with me. This is my homemade.
So start loving and get cooking.
I'm a food and travel blogger, and you can follow me on Food and Travel Escapades by now. I'm also the founder and the editor of the Brides of Sri Lanka magazine and website. I'm also a mother of 2 boys, and I was also awarded the gold at the Woman Entrepreneur of the Year. I travel the world quite often, and I like to try out different cuisine and exotic dishes from around the world. And if I really like them, I go and study how to prepare that particular dish from that particular country, just to make sure I learn it the most authentic preparations. I'm going to make you a yummy Spanish authentic dish which is called a paella. So I'm going to run through the ingredients a bit because there's some complicated stuff here. One of the main ones I want to talk about is chorizo. This is again a cured pork, and we also have some prosciutto, again pork, and I'm going to make a seafood paella, but you can of course mix in some chicken if you want, or any other meat item you really want to include. So I've got some beautiful mussels and some prawns, some cuttlefish, lemon juice, not lime, lemon, and I got my veggies here, the onions, the tomatoes, the bell peppers, and some fish and flat leaf parsley. Now, as you can see, these are the 2 kind of parsleys I want to talk about. People get confused when you say parsley, they think it's all the same thing. So this is the normal parsley you'd get in the market most of the time. This is the flat leaf parsley. As you can see, the leaf is not a bush, it's a flat leaf. So this is the one we use in a Spanish paella. And also I've got some paprika, some Spanish olive oil, garlic, I've got some thyme, and frozen peas and saffron. That's where the color will come in. And we are going to learn how to make this paella dish right. So what I'm going to do is quickly, I got my broth in the water there. I don't want it boiling. I just want it to simmer a bit, keep it warm. And into that, just to color it up, I'm going to add a little bit of saffron. A few strands would do, and this is actually Spanish. Yeah, so I'm going to start off by chopping up some chorizo. And I'm also going to take some prosciutto from there, and I'm just going to break them. You can cut this up if you want to, but I just like to break them like that. I like the little strands. And talking about paella, the rice you use is very important. It's normally arborio rice that you use, but you can use any short grain rice that you can find in the market. But you can't use the normal rice that we Sri Lankans use, like the samba to the basmati or anything. You can't do that. It has to be a very short grain rice, as you can see. So I'm just going to keep my pork on a side here. So now I'm going to make my herb mix, that is the parsley, half the garlic, and you only need 1 sprig of thyme actually, but done with that. And I'm going to add the olive oil. And to this, I'm going to add the lemon juice. Give it a good stir. And I'm going to leave that aside for the moment. So I'm going to add in my chorizo and the prosciutto, both at the same time. So now I'm just going to move these guys onto a plate, but I'm going to leave that oil because I'm going to saute the rest of the seafood in there. Take them out. So use the same oil, and I'm going to send in the calamari first because these guys are a bit rubbery, and also the fish at the same time. I'm using marlin here, but the choice of fish is totally up to you. If you like sea, you can add in sea, but it's just that because it's been cooked it's going to be cooking for a while. You might want to use a little harder meat and not a soft fish, because fish will tend to flake off easily, and marlin will always stay strong through this all. Now, at this point, I'm just going to send in about half of my prawns because I'm going to keep the last 4 to 5 prawns to put on top of my paella. It's about half of them. You can set the flame on high at this point because seafood is cooked really fast in high flame. If you want to, you can add a bit of lemon juice to it. Again, I do this with my hand. This is optional. If you do not want to add your wine in here, you don't have to. So these guys are almost done. Just give me a few minutes here. The prawns must go in with the head, with the shell, because that brings in a lot of flavor to the meat, to the entire dish. So those guys stay in there, but of course you have to get them clean. You have to clean and devein them. So once that's done halfway, I'm going to transfer these guys as well onto the same plate. But again, I'm going to leave the broth that is in there, the oil, the juices of all the meats in there. And I'm going to now add the vegetables in there. Doesn't have to take any particular order. I'm just adding them all in one go. You can do it any differently. You can add the green peas as well. We forgot these babies. Just a few, yeah. Some seasoning at this point will do, if you want to. Look at the beautiful colors in there. I've used all 3 colors of bell pepper, so it gives a good colorful blend, because half the battle is won if your food is, if it looks presentable. So make sure you do that. Okay, so I'm going to now add some paprika in there. This could be spicy, so you could use sweet paprika or smoked paprika, doesn't really matter. I'm going to add in a little more olive oil in there now, just a bit, just to make sure my vegetables are glazed well. You can add in the rest of the garlic. And in goes the rice. You will notice that this rice is not washed. You don't wash arborio rice, so just add in that much. So I'm not really measuring proportions here because I just do it as I feel is right, depending on the amount of meat I have and the vegetables. So yeah, I think this should do. And I'm going to add a little wine. And a little more lemon juice, and goes back the meats. And my special herb blend. This is the time this guy goes in, and it actually smells awesome. So now I'm just going to add the broth now and make it. This is actually the cooking process of the pie. And now we are just going to cook the rice, and I hope that's not hot. No, not hot. And there we go. Pour that in. So I'm cooking this on a normal open-faced pan, but you can, if you have a paella skillet, you can actually cook it in that. So just when this is, when the rice is parboiled, what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck these guys in. The prawns head down, again for flavor. Now, half of this is actually my garnishing as well, so you want it to end beautifully. And the mussels, when the mussels go in, what you have to do is you have to put them head in. You don't open them. They'll open by themselves. So I'm just going to place them flat like that, where they'll open up beautifully. The amount of seafood you want to add is completely up to you. I've just given numbers just for the recipe's sake, but it's how much seafood you like to eat. If you like more calamari, just add the more calamari. If you like more prawns, just add more prawns. If you like more mussels, add more mussels. So now at this point, I'm just going to cover this up with an aluminium foil. Enough, yeah. So I think this is done now. I'm just going to open this one up. Be careful, it's going to be quite hot. And you would see that your rice is cooked well. You must have noticed I haven't added salt into this because the chorizo and the prosciutto both will have a lot of salt. But if you want to add a little more salt, that's completely up to you. You can look, it's beautifully done there. And what's more beautiful is at the bottom, there is going to be a bit that is stuck onto the pan, a little roasted bit which is going to be really tasty. I'm just going to go look for that. Oh yes, I have that one. Yeah, there you go. This roasted bit here is going to be the most tastiest bit of this. There you go, that one. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to plate this baby up. At this point, I'm not going to worry about presentation, so I'm going to just mix them up again so that it's tasty. That's the roasted bit I was talking about. There you go, that one. That has all the essence, all the flavors beautifully in there. In Spain, of course, I know they keep turning and turning this for hours and hours, the authentic way of making it. They'll have it in a huge pan and be stirring it for a very long time, but this is a quicker version. All right, so I'm going to just switch this off for the moment, and I'm going to go in for my lemon slices to actually garnish. This is only optional. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to, but if you can get hold of beautiful yellow lemon like this, you can slice, quarter them like that, cut them into wedges, quarters, or just, if you're serving it in the pan, which is a normal way to serve it, I will just keep this as it is and just put these lemon wedges in there like that. You can go over there, please. Thank you very much. There you go, like that. And this is very much what Spanish is all about. This is beautiful, vibrant, fragrant, and a yummy paella dish. So I'm going to plate this yummy-licious baby in, and I can't wait to taste this yummy, awesome paella. Going to make sure I get a bit of chorizo in there, and oh, look at that, look at that. I'm just going to taste some mussels as well. There's no other way to do it other than with your hands, so just don't be scared, use your hands. Look at this juicy prawn. I'm just going to break the head. Oh, there you go, look at that, that's beautiful. That's just amazing. There's no better way to try it than with your hands. So, I hope you enjoyed today's program on how to prepare a traditional Spanish dish called paella. And I hope to see you next week on Homemade, where I bring to you some awesome food from around the world.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Homemade, where everything that we try out at our homes are shared with you guys to try in your own home as well. I am the owner and head chef of Sugar Mummies Sweets and Treats. A lot of people ask me why the name Sugar Mummies. To me, I know it sounds a little cheeky, but sugar and the word mummy always meant a smile. Since I was a child, I used to always follow my grandfather around, my aunt around, to figure out what they were cooking because they made the best dishes in town. I never really understood until I grew up, it was always love. Being a mom of 2 kids and a co-owner of a salon, Makeover Studios, all I want to do in life is to spread love. So I ask you guys to join me as I take you to my homemade. Today I'm going to share with you a recipe which is very simple, a salmon dish, a seared salmon grilled fish with lemon and garlic sauce. So let's get started. First of all, the ingredients you guys will need is mayonnaise, garlic, onion, tarragon, a bit of Dijon mustard, lemon juice, salt and pepper. First thing we're going to do is mix up the garlic sauce. We're going to add in the mayonnaise with some garlic, some onion, some tarragon, some mustard, the lemon juice, and some salt and pepper. Salmon is something you shouldn't overcook. You should be very careful because it starts cooking really fast. And if you overcook a salmon, the flavor of it is completely lost. Okay, so our garlic sauce is ready. Get some lemon zest just over the garlic sauce. Alrighty, we're gonna now season our salmon with salt, pepper, and some olive oil. Again, the salmon is something that has a lot of flavor in its own. So you don't need to add in a lot of ingredients to marinate it or to give it more flavor. Okay, so we're going to start getting our skillet heated up on a medium heat and then drizzle some olive oil over the salmon. And add some olive oil into our pan as well. This is a nice recipe for you definitely to try at home. Okay, so our pan is heating up now, the oil is in perfection. We can add in our salmon. The perfect sizzling sound means your oil is ready and that you have added in your fish at the right time. When you see that the salmon is turning white at the bottom, that's time you know you need to flip it over. Be very gentle with the fish because it tends to break if not. As you can see, the salmon has turned into a nice pinkish white color and your salmon is almost ready to be taken out. Reduce the heat slowly. And and let it just cook for a few minutes before you take it out of the heat. Some folks prefer the salmon with a little bit of white wine. So if you guys want to add in some white wine, this would be the perfect time to do it. All right, now that our salmon is ready, we're going to toast our bread and get some garlic butter in it so that we can serve it along with our grilled salmon. To make our garlic butter, I'm going to get some butter, some garlic, and add in some olive oil. Give it a good mix so that your paste will be smooth and ready for the bread. This recipe you can actually use even to make garlic bread with. So if you rub this butter, the one that I just made, into a French bread and toast it in the oven, you'll have garlic bread right at home. For an additional salty flavor, you can put in some salt at this point and give it a mix as well. Okay, so my garlic butter is ready. I'm going to rub my bun with it. And I'm going to toast this for a few minutes over the fire. You just need to toast the bread so that it lightly turns brown and a little crispy inside. And your garlic bread bun is now ready. Okay, so now it's time to plate out. Let's get started. Our salmon looks amazing. You can add in your garlic bread bun and the lemon and garlic sauce. There you have it. Perfection at its best. All right, so there you have it, a perfect combination. Our grilled salmon fish with the garlic and lemon sauce. Let's try it. See how well the salmon is cooked? It just cuts right through. And the meat is so tender, it just breaks out evenly. Just a little bit of garlic and lemon sauce. Just the perfect combo. The acidity, the lemony flavor along with the salty salmon is just a perfect combination. Thank you so very much for joining me on Homemade on High TV. Please do drop me a comment and let me know what you think of my recipe.